Hey, welcome to Root Family Podcast, where we can draw families closer to God by going deeper in what He's really saying in His scriptures, in and through us.
Hey friends, welcome to the Root Family Podcast. I know that's a little different than my normal opening entry, whatever you call it, intro, but it's been a different day. That's the truth. It's been one of those days. Have you ever had one of those days? I don't know what it is. I woke up and everything just felt subpar. Didn't matter what it was. I'm going to work, doing things, hanging out with the family. Anything just wasn't quite what I wanted it to be. And it came out in my attitude, in my verbiage, and even my actions. And it wasn't okay. I was letting my unredeemed thoughts and the lies of the enemy be my predominant focus, and it showed up in everything. And then on top of it all, I had to teach a root class on thankfulness to a bunch of kids. So you may be wondering, why is this background up? It's literally because I just finished recording that root class. I gotta tell you, that was actually the best thing in the world for me, because it helped me remind myself, and God really taught me through this class, how much we have to be thankful for. Do you realize how much we overlook and take for granted the things in our life that God has blessed us with? Even the little things. Stop and think about it. There's so many things in our lives that we can be thankful for. And so that's why this podcast is going to be a little bit different. It's not going to be as long as most, because I really want to just get straight to the point and give you some time to be thankful to God. And so let's talk about, actually just ask Holy Spirit. I'm serious. Stop right now and just ask Holy Spirit. Say it after me even. Holy Spirit, what can I be thankful for? And now just pay attention. He's going to start giving you thoughts of things that you haven't thanked God for in a long time. He's going to start opening your eyes to things that are happening around you, and the little successes that maybe you've overlooked or never paused to celebrate. You know, our life, who was it? There's a quote, I'm going to slaughter it, so I'm not going to assign it to anyone. But basically says this, that our lives we would have a miserable life if we didn't stop to celebrate the little successes. That's the truth. Every day we're surrounded by a little success somewhere. And if we don't stop to celebrate it, we'll only be looking forward to things that haven't happened yet, or living in the past glories of things from before, and never being able to celebrate what God is doing in little ways. The path to success is really not, for most people, 99% of people, isn't a one big massive opportunity that opens itself up to us. And not even just success. The path to a successful, life-filled life. Do you know what I'm saying by that? Jesus says he came to give us life and life abundantly. I don't feel like there's a whole lot of people living what I would consider a thriving, abundant, joy-filled, peace-filled, God's presence-filled life. How does that come? By choosing to stop and thank him. I mean, think about it. The memory verse in Root this month, in Root Bible Academy, if your family isn't signed up for that, you got to enroll right now, really, so you can catch the last couple weeks live. You can catch the 2 weeks that we've already finished of classes, well, 2 classes for each age group, preschool, elementary, junior high. And you can watch those recordings of the videos, catch up with us, jump in the live classes. They're really helpful. They help me, and I wasn't even in the class to learn. They're going to help your whole family recognize and learn how to be more thankful to God. And I want to say that's something we all can grow in, right? we can all become more thankful to him. We can all be more like Jesus. And that's what it's all about. So the verse I was going to share, Psalms chapter 100, verse 4. Enter his gates with thanksgiving and into his courts with praise. Be thankful to him and bless his name. The whole open door for us to jump into his presence, to begin to live that God-filled life, starts with thankfulness. It does. And so that's why I'm going to give you some time. You know, I got my wife is friends with Kelbert. He's a beautiful musician. My wife is friends with a wonderful guy named Kelbert, and he's allowing us to use some of his piano music. And so you know what we're going to do here? I'm going to put in the notes a link to where you can check out his stuff. And then I'm just going to put on about 5 minutes or so of him playing piano. And I want you to take this time. The podcast isn't done until the music is done, okay? I'll probably say something a little bit at the end, but I want you to take this 5 minutes and really stop and thank God. Doesn't matter if you're in the car, if you're cooking dinner while listening to this podcast at headphones or whatever it might be. Take the time to focus on him. We've already asked the Holy Spirit to help us be more thankful. And as thoughts come to our mind, thank God for him. If he gives you an idea of a way you can show your thanks to someone else or somebody in your life that you should say thank you to for something big or small, stop and do it. Or whip out, open another app on your phone, shoot off that text, write a note to yourself so that you'll remember to do it. If you have an Android phone, you can schedule your texts. I love that feature. Total side note. But take these 5 minutes and really choose to be thankful. For some of us, it might actually be a little bit difficult. It's not something that we normally do. It's not a path we allow our minds to go down because we're so focused on what's next, accomplishing the next thing. We got goals to hit. We got things to do. We got disappointments or whatever it might be. And our minds don't often go there. So 5 minutes might be a stretch. Push through. It's so worth it. You are going to discover a connection with God during this 5 minutes that you may not have experienced in some time. Maybe some of us not ever. But that's how we get into his presence, right? Enter his gates with thanksgiving and into his courts with praise. Be thankful to him and bless his name. Let's do that right now. All right, friends, I'm back. I just want to say thanks for pushing through. Thanks for staying focused and thinking about him. And if you feel like you missed it, this podcast isn't going anywhere. You can listen to it again and catch that 5 minutes, or you can go check out Kelbert's music. It is amazing. I love praying to it. That's just the truth. That's it. So thanks for joining me in this podcast. I can't wait to connect with you again next week as we continue talking about being thankful and leading our kids to become the thankful people that God has created them to be. He's recreated their spirit in his likeness, and I know God is thankful. We see it in Jesus. We're going to talk about that in our next podcast. For right now, though, for me and for Pastor Kate, who is bathing the kids right now, we will see you all later. Thanks for joining us.